Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your friend Kevin, and this is your divine inspiration message for today. All right, so here we go. We're going to have a new master this week from the Divine Masters Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. We have a new deck of cards, another deck from Kyle Gray. Well, it's not a new deck, it's been out for a while. Angels and Ancestors. And my isms. I am a noble person doing world-class work and fulfilling a mighty purpose through the eyes of love. So it is. I am accepting and allowing all the changes in my life with a grateful heart. And so it is. I don't think I spelled grateful right in that one, but still. I am generating and radiating the vibrational energy of joy, abundance, and love. Oh, yes, I am. And why is all this? Because today, my friends, is a number 7 angel numerology day. And the message that comes, you're on the right path. Your spiritual desires and plans are correct and beneficial. Your priorities are in right order now, where the good life choices are being made and considered, particularly when it comes to material matters. These things are going to serve you well. This is a day to be charming and studious. It's also a day to put on your discovery hat. Maybe you work with some new alchemic tools and perhaps even get meditative, focused, be a little introverted on a number 7 day. Divine magic is always afoot, and the doors of opportunity are favored to open for you. That's all part of the number 7 number. Works with the tarot card of the 7 of Cups or the 7 of Water. This can also bring about the indecision, having a lot of really good positive choices, but not really being able to land on one. So you can have a little exercise where you get quiet, close your mind or close your eyes, and just imagine the 7 chakras, deep russet red at the bottom and soft pale violet at the top. And then we go through the orange and the yellow and the green and the blue and the sort of deeper blue. Once you land on a chakra that perhaps is speaking to you or maybe more vibrant than the others, that's the area that is working for you or ones that you want to concentrate on. Now, if that doesn't work for you, that's fine. You can pull out, if you're in tarot, the card of the Sun and or the card of the Chariot. Today's number 7 works with Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is the protector that protects all that's loving and sacred and the remover of energies that doesn't serve us. Let's get right to these cards. The first one. I have everything I need within myself. Just believe in yourself and allow yourself to grow. You have within you all the resources that you need. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then the new master is going to be with us all week. Vajra Yogini. Getting through and transcending fear. The message right here is facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. So, fear, if you look at it on a scale, is the opposite end of love. There are different degrees of love. There are different degrees of fear. But when we are in that fearful moment, when we're in that self-doubt, where we're in that space of, I'm not really sure what to do, what not to do, indecision, there's an element of fear that is at play. And it's personal to everybody. Now, talking about Vajra Yogini, what kind of a master is this? Because until I had this deck, I hadn't really heard of her. I hadn't really understood who she was. Considered to be one of these tantric deities, working in both Buddhist and Hindu traditions. she represents the pathway to the divine feminine, or the feminine Buddhahood. Vajra is Sanskrit for thunder, or thunderbolt, or thunder lightning, and the word yogini comes from the female achieving a state of yoga. Now, yoga is not just about the asanas. Yoga is really about joining up what's in your mind with what's in your body and what's in your spirit, in your soul. So, you can also say that that Vajra Yogini is one of these Dakinis goddesses, which is like a heavenly dancer. That someone who stirs up the energy in that way. Very powerful supernatural being who is absolutely fearless. Watch out, because sometimes if we invoke the power and the fearlessness of Vajra Yogini, we can stir up some pretty strong. What are we looking for? Oh God, wrath. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. So I would say all week long, along with these cards that's coming from angels and ancestors, Vajra Yogini is helping us move through our fears and changing the fears to somewhat love, to getting to a place of more love and more acceptance. So when you finally face your fears, they will no longer be your fears, right? You have they don't have power over you. Anyway, let's have a look and see where Beatrice and Gertrude. I took a little peek. Where are they? What are they doing? Gertrude is painting, and Beatrice is writing. So this is a day and a time and an energy for you to get creative. For you to get creative with your spiritual divine gifts. If you are thinking about writing, write. If you're thinking about painting, paint. Anything you can do that's creative is inciting the soul. Now, we are entering some pretty strange emotional waters. People are fearful. People don't quite know what to do. The way forward is not as it should be, as it was. If you turn on mainstream news, well, you don't even have to turn on mainstream news anymore. You can just go to YouTube or any of these channels that play videos, and you can find all kinds of ratchet nonsense. The key for all of us is to discern: is this something I need to know? Is this something I want to know, or something I'm even interested in? And if the answer to any of those questions is not really no, move on. Right, let's see. Beatrice and Gertrude, can you give us a card that will inspire us to become better, greater, have more joy? I'm just going to take a card off the top. Oh, the she-wolf. Oh, yeah. So now you kind of get it, right? How the universe speaks to us, how the universe says, listen, not only am I going to give you the Vajra Yogini, who's going to transcend fear, but I'm going to give you the she-wolf. I'm going to unleash the wild within you. Now, if you're not normally a wild person, like Gertrude is, where you throw caution to the wind and say, "Wee, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to do it." Which to me, sometimes you just have to get out there in darkness and spin around like something that is just possessed, just to move some of that energy around. Unleash it. Let it go. Let it be your greatest expression. Sometimes, actually not sometimes, all the time, it shifts. It shifts where you are. It brings confidence. It brings that level of, I could do this, I've got this, I'm going to make this happen. I am going to make this happen. I'm accepting and allowing all the changes that are coming, and I'm grateful for them. You're generating and radiating the vibrational energy of joy, abundance, love. Yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Let's go. I'm hoping that this is making sense. I'm hoping that you are getting something from this. It's not necessarily all about what exactly is going to happen, where are we going to go. It is about taking back the charge of your life, taking back what you believe in to be sacred. And also, that gives you authenticity. It gives you that sense of, I don't know, many of us are not really knowing what's going to happen next week. All we do know is coming, and pretty quickly. Let your wild side show up. Let your wolves and your dogs out. Unleash your hidden talents. Um, I would say probably you're being rewilded. Um, I think that this to me reminds me of my rebellious heart. I think there's a difference between being a rebel, right? Pushing against what I would consider the norm, but for decades I have never been able to identify what's normal. I think mainly because for most of my life I was told that I wasn't. um, Now I laugh about it. I laugh about the situations where someone said it because it's ridiculous, um, and that always led me to seek out things that were a little off, a little, oh, this is a bit different. I'm going to go feel what's that all about. I've always been curious, and sometimes that curiosity leads us to just going and doing things just for the sake of doing it. Now, what I will say, unleashing the wild wolf within you doesn't mean hurting somebody. It doesn't mean be so rebellious that you actually intend to offend people. It just means do something that's wild at heart. Do something that you wouldn't necessarily normally do. You can make a decision afterwards whether or not it was something you want to repeat, whether it was something that you tried and you were surprised or not surprised. I do like looking at new situations, new tools, new things in an exciting way. Think that's what makes life exciting. And when I'm in that energy, more of it comes. More of it comes along. Like, with my dogs. I mean, some people might think I'm a little bit cuckoo to have 7 pretty good sized dogs. And sometimes I look at that when I see the container full of dog's hair that I've swept up off the floor. But I don't know that I would want it any other way. These are just things, And yesterday, this was so. I wish I'd had my camera with me. It's pretty early, not quite daybreak, and I went outside, and there is a family of deer in the bottom of my yard, in the bottom of my garden, on the other side of the fence, and they were looking at me, and I was looking at them, and I've got the length of my backyard, which is probably 120 feet, and I am just having a conversation with these deer, and they are just looking right back at me. Some might think, what is he doing back there in this little wooded area of my yard? He's talking to the deer. And then the cats, they come up for their breakfast, meowing. Now they've started, pushing themselves up against me, being friendly. When I first encountered them and I fed them, some of them would be meow at me, then they'd swat me. Don't know why. I think just let me know that they can hurt me, so no, don't even try to hurt them. These are the things I think unleashes the wild stuff with us, unleashes that part of us that just wants freedom. And that, my friends, is what I believe Vajra Yogini is all about this week. It's about invoking your freedoms, invoking what it is that makes you feel free, makes you feel alive, makes you feel like those Olympians who are right now in Paris doing their thing. I think that's it, right? Yes, Gertrude, have you got anything else to say? Beatrice is busy writing. She's saying journal. Get your journal out. If you're not going to do something wild, write some wild stories. Let your imagination pull you out of fear. Oh, I should have said that at the beginning. I would have saved this whole chit chat. All right, my friends, until tomorrow, big, 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 big love to all of you. And thank you for your comments. Bye for now. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.